G'day. Some people have said to me, Tim, why are you so good at musical improvisation? Apart from the fact I've done it for 35 years, in this lockdown learning series during the COVID-19 crisis where you need to stay at home, I'm going to share with you some of my practice tips to help you create the improvised line and great compositions. Stay tuned to the end for another word from our Aussie English. In the previous second series of Improv for Beginners, we always began with a scale because the scales are the building blocks of our music. From the scale we get the cycle of keys, which is always present on my music stand and illustrated here. To learn more about how to build a major scale and how the cycle of keys came about, I'll leave a link for a previous video we did 2 years ago up here. So today's practice tip looks at the scales. I'm going to show you how to cover all 12 keys and 24 scales, that's 12 major, 12 minor, in just 3 days. Really simply, we'll look at 8 scales, 4 key signatures and 1 chord to help you bring it all together. When we start at the top, we've got C major, which has got no key signature. Its tonic minor has 3 flats in the key signature and is found in 3 positions clockwise on the cycle of keys. So it has 3 flats in its key signature. The relative major of C minor is E flat major. If we move another 3 positions clockwise from the cycle of keys, we'll end up in the position at the bottom of the cycle of keys for E flat minor, which will have 6 flats in the key signature. E flat's relative major is G flat or F sharp major. We move another 3 positions around clockwise the left side of the cycle of keys for F sharp minor, which has only got 3 sharps. The relative major of F sharp minor is A major. The tonic minor of A major is A minor, and it's got no sharps or flats, so we're back to the top underneath C major. So why is it important that I practice my scales that way? First of all, it helps you to remember the key signatures. You get to learn the relative and tonic key signatures of all 12 keys. Once you know that, then changing keys within an improvisation or a composition becomes really simple, and you can see how you can jump around the cycle of keys really quickly and really easily. The next is that those 4 notes or 4 keys, in this case C, E flat, F sharp or G flat and A, make up a diminished 7th chord. This is the most important and most flexible chord in music. The chord is made up of all minor thirds, all 3 semitones apart. So you've got C to E flat to G flat to A. If you go up another 3 semitones from A, you're back to C. So that's the diminished 7th chord. The first, flat 3, flat 5 and double flat 7th or 6th note of the major scale. It doesn't matter what position you play it in, It all has that same sound. And because of that, every chord, the C diminished seventh, the E flat, the G flat or F sharp, and the A all use the same notes for the diminished seventh chord. So therefore, there are only 3 diminished seventh chords: a C based, an F based and a G based. So when you're practicing your scales, you can get through 8 scales, 4 keys and 1 important chord every day for 3 days, and you've done the entire cycle of keys, no matter which position you put it in. And that's easily demonstrated here in the chart. So we've got the C diminished seventh illustrated here, the F diminished seventh, which is F, A flat, B, D, and the G, B flat, C sharp and E. Really great way to go around the cycle of keys nice and quick. Practice the scales, remember your tonic keys and relative minor and major keys, and that diminished seventh chord. We're going to talk more about that in a future video. You're still here, so now it's time for a quick word from our Aussie English. Today's word is icky or icky sticky. It's an adjective that means dicey, not quite right. A situation where the wrong decision could lead to disaster. As an example, if you make a date with 2 different people at the same place at the same time, the situation could be described as an icky sticky situation. Icky or icky sticky, it's a bit dicey. I'm Tim, thanks for watching. If you liked the video, give us a big thumbs up, leave a comment and remember to subscribe. To learn more about music improvisation and composition, click on either of the screens you see here. You can also follow us on social media at Twitter and Facebook, as well as here on YouTube. Your support is greatly appreciated.